Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Get Real podcast. And as usual, if you are joining us on Facebook, please click the button for StreamYard to approve so we can see who we're talking to. We're so excited for today.
It's a little different from yesterday, huh?
From yesterday?
Yesterday, we were working waterfront. Today, we are office front.
Yesterday was gorgeous. And then, of course, today it's going to rain. So, yay.
That's okay. Today is not only Tuesday, but it's also Secret Day. We're letting everyone in on a huge secret today. So I hope you're ready. The secret that we're telling you about is going to be the easiest lead generation tool that you ever come across.
What?
Seriously, it's easy, it's free, and people probably haven't told you yet.
It's easy and it's free.
Yeah. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go to a coach. They pay for lead generation systems, they pay for marketing materials, and they buy the leads. So why doesn't anyone tell you about this super easy, free secret? Well, because it's easy and because it's free. You ready for it?
Ready.
It's actually quite simple. 1, 2, 3. Be yourself. We should have practiced that better. But yeah, the biggest reason that people don't talk about it is because it doesn't make them money to tell you about it, right? So yeah, today we're talking about being yourself and how that is going to change your real estate career and where we can go with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's just start at the very beginning of, why we're doing this. And let's just, tell you why we chose this topic for this week. Okay. Other than, of course, it's obviously going to change your business and your life. But, really just stop, trying to fit into a square peg, like we're all different shapes and, some of us may want to be a triangle and it's just not going to fit in there, right?
God made me super round.
I'm much more of a pineapple.
I'm a nice apple.
I'm a pineapple, a little prickly on the outside.
I'm a fluffy, moldy apple.
Last week, we spent a lot of time talking to a bunch of our mentors and business partners and our business managers and stuff. And they kind of like made our eyes just pop wide open and kind of told us like our vision and our goals and everything kind of really got skewed off of, what we meant to do, that, we were not being ourselves. We were not being ourselves on the podcast. We were not being ourselves in any of our videos. We were not being ourselves in our real estate business and on our social media accounts and pretty much everywhere except when we were by ourselves.
Yeah. And it was emotional to hear that, by the way. Like it wasn't like someone just came in and said, hey, I think you need to do this a little different. Like we hit an emotional wall. I took Friday as a mental health day because it was a lot to take in. as agents, I think it's so common for us to want everybody to think that we're put together and that we're perfect, because at the end of the day, who's the wrangler in the transaction? The real estate agent. You have 7 to 10 people putting this transaction together. And in the very center of it is the real estate agent who's supposed to be perfect and keep things together.
Yep.
And I think that's unrealistic. And I think we're calling people out on that. And that's not the case anymore. Yes, you have to be professional. Yes, you have to take the time to know what you're doing and how to keep the transaction together, but you can't carry it all on your shoulders. And it's okay to not be perfect.
Yep. So announcement number 1 is
and we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keeping the real.
So we are changing our rating on the podcast from G rating, and we're going to kind of roll it back a little bit and just be a little bit more real and raw and show what that means. You might see us cry, you might see us laugh and cause lots of shenanigans, but we're not going to hold back anymore. We're not going to try to please everyone. And we're just hoping to vibe with the ones that really want to be here, learn from our struggles, our success, and just keep moving forward.
And contrary to popular belief, Apple did not ask us to do that. We decided to do that before Apple asked us to do that.
Correct.
So we're actually just being proactive.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is just way more than, driving fancy cars or working from the boat and drinking Starbucks. We are going to be bootstrapping, showing you guys a little bit more rawness. I said raw earlier, but what I really mean is the struggles of how to get from A to Z. Like we do these trainings, we do a lot of talking, and we really want to show you guys behind the scenes of how to do it more and what we're doing and why we're saying what we're saying and how we got there.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single podcast that we didn't have to stop saying what we were saying because what we wanted to say didn't feel like it was the right place. And that's not what the goal of this all was. The goal of this was to be the safe place for everyone. We both say curse words every once in a while. And when you are trying to say something and you have it on the tip of your tongue and you start going with it and then you stop, we don't want you guys to be thinking, well, what were they really going to say? Or, and we don't want to lose the point of everything. So by changing that rating, the point is not to offend anyone. It's just to be ourselves.
And we were filtering ourselves so much and stopping to think about how we can say this, that, everyone will be okay with it. We'll still be professional. And at the end of the day, we don't give a flying fuck a duck. Okay. If you don't like us, bye. We're right here for the ones who are awesome, cool, want to grow their real estate business, hang out with us, and be real about it all.
Well, the people that are watching us live can see us pause, right? Like they can see the look in our eyes. They're like, they're trying to figure out how to say that. But the people listening are like, did my internet go out? Like, am I in a dead spot? What's going on? There's dead air. So I think this is going to make both platforms way more streamlined, whether you're listening live or on your car radio or your cell phone while you're getting ready in the morning or whatever it is that you're listening on.
And we just want to be supportive of you guys. We hope that we have your support in creating these businesses and the lives that we want. It might just look a little different. It's not going to be, so picture perfect and stuff, maybe it won't always be in our designated office spaces. Maybe it'll be on the streets of New Bern. Maybe it'll be from the boat. We don't know what, the future looks like. But another part of the next part, the secret that we want to talk about is that we are eventually going to bring on a couple of guests, and that will not be every week. We don't want it to be boring and stuff, but we do want to bring an extra piece of value and just have somebody else's point of views. They might be a social media expert. They could be a branding expert. They could be a financial expert, but we're going to bring some people in and just try and provide more value.
There's a TikTok expert and I can't wait
There is. There so many experts out there in the world that we can all benefit from. So we're really excited about that. We're really excited about them being able to share their expertise. And some of them have like some really awesome freebies that they're creating just to share with us. So that's awesome.
So, contrary to popular belief, when you get your real estate license, you don't have to become a stick in the mud. You can still be a fun person just because you have a real estate license. You don't have to be boring. In fact, you don't lose your sense of humor just because you become a real estate agent, and you don't have to lose your fashion sense. Can you share my favorite meme ever? Listen, if you as agents, it's just funny. If you're listening on podcast, it is the famous meme of like the rolled pants, and it says, if your real estate agent's pants look like this, you will not be e-signing anything.
They're not just pants though. They are slacks with ironed in trouser lines.
Let's be very clear though, that it makes me laugh. Because we can all think of one person right now that wears this and has them on right now. But anyways, your clients want you to be real, right? They want to have an agent who stands out. They don't want to have an agent who is boring and can't carry on a conversation with them. And oh no, are you back?
I'm sorry.
I got scared.
I'm showing the pants.
Did you really get kicked out? Oh, okay.
I did get kicked out.
But anyways, you don't have to be a stick in the mud. So that's what we're talking about today, is how to be yourself, how to stay professional, and how to really grow your referral business and not have to door knock and cold call to find clients.
So we hope that you guys tune in every week and you subscribe to us and you want to be a part of our Facebook group and that you engage with us. Okay. Like that's huge. Like if you guys just sit back and watch and stuff, that's all great and fine. But at the end of the day, we're all going to grow more if we collaborate and talk to one another. Okay. So we hope that, you're getting that value, because otherwise you're just going to keep on trucking on by and we're not going to, get to where we want to go. And your clients feel the exact same way, which is the point of this whole episode today. Is not just about us talking about, the future of the show, but if, what Athena was saying earlier when we got started about, the number one secret of today and how to get leads for free and grow your business, right?
I don't like door knocking.
No. So, being real and being yourself. And that's what Athena was saying earlier. That's what we're talking about. Your clients will feel the same way. And we hope you feel the same way about us and the show and, all the value that we provide in the Facebook group for everyone. There are 78 bazillion gazillion real estate agents, and we can thank COVID for making it so easy to get your real estate license, right?
I did actual research to find out that number. There are, in today's world, there are 78, 67, 92 gazillion realtors who are registered right now.
That's a fact.
So that's your competition.
So at the end of the day, why should, a buyer or a seller choose you over, other agents? And we're not talking about your expertise, and we're not talking about, all the boring marketing stats that every agent can post and share online, right? We're, talking about you and your values. And if you have those clients where you share interests with and they just vibe with you right away, they're going to choose you because they want to be with you. They want to be connected with you. They know that they're going to be talking to you, that you're going to be a pivotal part of their life for at least 30 to 45 days, right? They're going to be talking to you almost every single day. So you can't suck because they're going to be calling you and texting you and emailing you, all the time. So if you can have that connection with them, it'll make your life so much easier. Every agent can go online and post all these fake social media stuffs and the market stats and, all the content from Agent Create, all this stuff. but that's not real life. That's not like connecting with you.
Well, I also think that, 3-4 years ago, before those programs got so big, that you did stand out when you posted on, you're like, oh, but now I can't tell you. I can tell you. Every single Thursday, I can go on my news feed and see the exact same post from 4 different agents with the same wording, and none of them live in the same area. Like one is in South Carolina, one is here in our market here, one is in Colorado, and one is in California. And every Thursday within an hour, I see all 4 of their posts. That's not being yourself, and that's not standing out.
Why is it just on Thursdays?
I guess that's probably when they have it set up to go out. I don't know.
That's funny.
Like I didn't catch on to that at first. It took me a little bit. Like I would see the post and be like, I just saw that. Oh, I just saw that. And then after a couple months of seeing it, I was like, someone's got me. You guys got me good.
You guys are all in a meeting behind my back sharing your social media.
And I wasn't invited. So
but what we're saying, is just, being involved in your community or doing nice things in your community, cheering your kids on at soccer games and talking to the other, parents and coaches will really help in your community. So an example, this is, just being in your community and being seen and being a nice person. But every single morning, Monday through Friday, I go to Starbucks. Okay. And then sometimes on Saturday and Sundays, but we don't talk about that.
System goes.
So true. We don't talk about this, and we don't tell my husband this. Okay. But Monday through Friday, we go to Starbucks. So if you guys go to Starbucks in the morning, you know that it is packed every which way. So I have a branded Jeep with my real estate company on it and my name and everything. And I don't do this just because of that, but the results of it are something completely different. So when I get in line, people coming from the other direction, they have to wait and let somebody let them in. Well, I always let somebody in, and it never fails. Every time I let somebody in, they buy my coffee for me. And I don't expect it, and I pay it forward and, pay for the next person behind me. But it's just very interesting to me that just that kind gesture that is just human nature, they looked at that and they were like, well, that was so nice. I'm going to, pay her back.
And because you're not an asshole and you know how the zipper feature works.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't know how the zipper feature works.
100%.
Just like we don't talk about
Bruno.
Just like we don't talk about the things that we learn in real estate school that we never use again. That's like a driving thing. Teach people in driving school how to do a zipper effect.
Yep. But just being a decent person and being a part of your community and stuff, like makes other people be like, oh, and they take notice and they appreciate that.
You know what I did the other night? There is a mom at Molly's soccer games, well, her practices.
Yeah.
And Molly practices from 7 to 8 p.m. And every night I see this mom in like her little pop-up camping chair, and she has her computer out and a notebook, like a clipboard. And this has been going on for like 3 weeks. And I kind of like watched. And I'm like, so last week I said to her, like, I was just like, I'm like always fascinated by other people who are still working at 7:30 at night. What do you do for a living? And she's like, oh, I help people start up businesses. What? She helps people like do all of the financial number things of creating a business. And then she does some bookkeeping too. But it just was a very real conversation because I was genuinely curious, like who else works at 7:30 at night at soccer practice?
If you're not in real estate.
But then we sat there and had like a 30-minute conversation about real estate. I never even, like, I said I was a real estate agent, but that's all I said. I said, oh, I work in real estate.
But it's a natural conversation when you started with her and you were talking, and then she's like, well, what do you do?
Exactly. So she brought up real estate. Well, I guess I brought it up, but then she asked the question. She asked, when are the foreclosures coming? Because everyone's paying so much for houses right now. So I was able to take the time to educate her that probably not like what you're expecting.
Yeah.
That's a whole other podcast topic.
Yeah.
But we talked about that. We talked about, from that little like 30-minute conversation I had with her, I was able to find out where every single one of her family members lives in the town, the type of houses they have, how much they paid for their houses. And all I did was sit back and listen. She gave it all to me.
Yeah.
That's being yourself.
You know, they say that the person who thinks that each conversation is the most successful is the one who talks the most. So if you just spend a little bit more time listening, then the other person already thinks like you're amazing and the conversation was awesome.
Right. So I know from that little conversation, I know how much she paid for her house. I know what she's looking for in her next house. I know what she loves about her old house. And I know that if the perfect house came up and I sent it to her, that I could transition her to a buyer and a seller real freaking fast.
And boom.
And then you've got 2 clients, plus a third if you can grab a buyer for her house.
I love it. It's a perfect example.
It's that simple. So let's think about real estate for a second and what it actually is. So real estate to the average person is spending lots of time with someone, usually looking at houses. Like your average buyer has house hunters in their head. We're going to go look at these houses. We're going to sit at a coffee shop. You're going to buy me a salad because you make all kinds of money. And then I'm going
to and you're going to be able to choose between 3 houses.
Correct.
Choice. Okay.
Or if they're the listing, if they're the seller, then they're looking at you as basically the person who's going to help them make the decision between 30 other offers. Like, how do I pick the best one? How do I know which one's going to last? How do we know which one's going to be successful? So, basically your buyers and your sellers are trusting you with the biggest financial decision that they will ever make. Absolutely. That's a big deal. Huge. If you have the choice of working with somebody that you found off of the internet or somebody that you know and trust as your friend, who are you going to pick to help you with your financial decision? To me, it's clear. There are some people who are like, I don't want to mix business with pleasure. We hear that all the time. And I guess that's valid. But at the same time, as an agent, it's your responsibility to be yourself and create a trust with those clients as to why they can trust you, why you aren't going to mess up a business versus pleasure transaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that somebody's going to pick somebody who has a mutual interest with them. They're going to pick somebody who they know and they trust, who they sit and can have a beer with. Those are the people they're going to pick over an online Facebook ad that they see scrolling through their page. And that, again, is how you set yourself apart and be yourself. And it's successful. That's a lead generation tool in itself. Let's talk about those Facebook ads. I keep seeing them, and I don't know who's teaching the classes, but they're wrong.
You're talking about the local agents.
Yes. I can sit down at the end of the day and literally I can find 4 to 5 ads of other agents. I'm not your client. Don't advertise to me. When you're putting an ad on Marketplace, for instance, like say you have a new listing and you put it on Marketplace, do you think that the person scrolling is going to go to this person selling a house on Marketplace, or they're going to go to their friend that they go to church with, or this person that they've created this bond with? The things that are selling on Marketplace are usually like used underwear, houses that have gone stale on the market, and like the Christmas puppies that people don't have time for anymore.
Oh, poor puppies.
I don't think they're allowed to sell those things. But Facebook Marketplace is stale.
Absolutely. And, it really comes down to, being truthful to yourself, being your real self at all times. And we're not talking about, you don't have to spill your political opinions all over, and stand on one side of the room and shut half of, either society or out. That's not what we're saying at all, but we're just saying like be you, you know, like just show you as a whole person and not just real estate, real estate, real estate, stats and houses and all that stuff. Like people don't connect with that. They just
Right.
scroll right on by it, you know, taking
80
that time
20. We say it all the time. Every
all the
real
time.
estate coach says it, but it's true. It's 80 20, whether you're in real estate, whether you're running a restaurant, doesn't matter what business you're in, 80 20.
You know, and aligning yourself with people that you actually like and that chose you and you didn't have to pay for them is a huge difference because think about it, you know, like when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be so much less stressful because you're like, oh, I got to talk to this person. Oh, I got to go show these houses out in the boony wax. I'm going to spend all day with these people that will drive me bonkers. But if you connected with them and they're basically like your friend now, when they call you or they text you, it's like a real conversation. Like you want to talk to them, you want to help them, you really generally like them, and they like you. And
Well, you want to go show houses with them because
huge.
they're fun, and you don't have to show up in your suit jacket and your tie. I don't wear ties, but you don't have you don't have to pin your pant legs.
Yes.
You can wear your jeans. You can, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, and you can, like, if that's your style and that's your vibe and those are your people, then that's the road that you go down and stuff. But if that's not you, like we live on the coast, like it is just about flip-flop season, and you will probably see me in open-toed shoes until November.
I need a pedicure before I can wear open-toed shoes.
Yeah. But just those simple steps to be yourself really is like the law of attraction. You put yourself out there, and what comes back is going to be exactly what you want and will make your life so freaking easier. Trust me.
You know, we talk about this all the time. How many times do you hear that? Oh, it's a crazy market. It's a crazy market. Okay. I have chosen to remove crazy market from my real estate lingo. It's not part of my vocabulary anymore. It's unpredictable. Because crazy is going to turn your clients off. Unpredictable is going to pique their interest. So, if you have to tell somebody who is maybe not understanding what the market is like right now, they don't understand that to get this under contract, you might have to have an inspection for informational purposes only. Yeah. You might have to offer $10, $20, $30,000 over. You might have to raise your deposit. If you're working with a client who loves you and trusts you and who you have the same mindset as and the same interest as, and who already knows you and who is comfortable with you, that conversation is going to be very different from somebody who you're uncomfortable talking to.
Yeah.
These are hard topics where this unpredictable market that we've entered comes with a lot of hard topics. Even when it's a balanced market, we're talking about hard topics. Your clients will appreciate it when you're on the same level as them and when they love and trust you.
Yeah. And the same thing goes, like, it's not just your clients and yourself that will benefit from you being real and being yourself, but think about your vendors as well. I mean, some of our greatest friends are vendor partners now because we developed that relationship where we could be ourselves. And you know who else benefits from that? Our clients. Because now the vendor feels more like they can be open and honest with us about what's going on behind the scenes and help us work together to solve any issues and stuff that comes up. With vendor partners that you don't have that relationship with and you're not your real self and stuff, it's very black and white, very transactional. And that's all that they'll care about moving forward. You know, and that goes back to, you know, some of the previous conversations that we've had about, you know, partnering up with some local lenders and stuff. This is building that relationship, being yourself, finding the ones that you connect with, the ones who are going to go above and beyond for you because of you.
Here's a good example of that. So I put a listing under contract over the weekend. The email that, so the sellers have chosen to use a different attorney from the buyers. This is something that's common. Every state is different. So if it sounds weird to you, I'm sorry. The sellers that I represent are using an attorney that I use frequently with my clients. They always choose this attorney for the most part. The difference in the emails went like this. My intro email to the buyer's agent to let them know everything was, hi, this is Athena Caparola. I work with eXp Real Estate. I represent the sellers. Here's the information that you need. Please let me know if you can, if I can do anything else to help you facilitate this transaction. Here's my email to the attorney that most of my clients choose to use. Hey, glad that we're going to work together again. Sorry, it's going to be 7 days. My bad, but we have a cash closing and I know that you guys are going to make this happen. I appreciate you, and I will bring the margarita mix to celebrate this short closing. Thanks.
Love you long time.
Love you long time. Now, which one would you rather open on a Monday morning?
Yeah. And I mean, our vendor partners, like, they love to work with us. They, we love on them too, though. I mean, it's a two-way street, and, we might butt heads a little bit because sometimes, shit happens, but at the end of the day, we come together and we make it happen. We get it done. We take our attorney's office, Panera, we take them cookies, we take them macaroons. We do the same thing with our lender partners, and they do the same thing for us. I mean, it's a true partnership. And at the end of the day, I know that they are going to go above and beyond for me and my clients because we love each other.
That's right. And here's one more little secret.
When you're nice
to secret. When you're nice to your vendor partners, guess what? They send you clients.
Yes, they do.
Do you think lenders don't get clients who come to them without real estate agents? Yeah, they do. Attorneys, they get people that come to them thinking that they are going to do one thing, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. You think the attorney doesn't call a real estate agent to help them?
They're also a great resource for agents who might be looking to switch teams too. And I don't mean switch teams in an awkward situation. I'm talking about like real estate brokerages and stuff. And they work with agents and stuff too. So, I mean, I've had several, contact me and be like, hey, so-and-so would love to have a conversation with you.
Right. I saw this on Facebook today and I thought it was interesting. It was on one of the big Facebook groups that everybody kind of goes to just for entertainment, not really for information.
Memes.
And it basically said, my lender partner gave me blank deals this year. Do you think that's a valid statement?
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It happens, but I think there's more to it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, your vendor partner should be giving you business, and that's exactly what we were just talking about. But I also read a point that like really resonated too. Is your vendor partner picking up the phone at 10 p.m. because you have a question and you need to get something done in this unpredictable market? Is your vendor partner educating your clients and telling them the same thing that you're telling them so that you don't sound like the bad guy when something goes wrong? Is your vendor partner supporting you by offering education and offering marketing materials? Yeah. There's way more to it than just how many deals got done.
Exactly. There's a lot more to it. You're so right. It's a true partnership.
That's why being yourself and finding people that you align with is so important. So, let's move on to a different topic. It's the same topic, but a different topic. Most people in real estate, it is not their first job. Very few people come into real estate and they're like, I'm 18 years old. I'm going to go get my real estate license. Right. God bless you if you do, because you're going to start building an empire really freaking early, and that's awesome. Also, call me because I can help you.
Call me.
But also, go get yourself some retinol A now, because the wrinkles will start real soon. But anyway, the whole point of this is real estate is very, very rarely someone's first job. And most people transition into real estate because they weren't happy with their first job. They wanted to find financial freedom. They wanted to find freedom from a 9-to-5 salaried position. They wanted to be their own boss. They wanted to find a creative outlet. I mean, the list goes on and on of the reasons people become real estate agents.
And most of them think that they can make their own hours and make tons of money without doing any work. But, that's not the episode for that.
That's right. But why, if you did this, if you gave up your salaried 9-to-5 job that you didn't work weekends, why are you going to come into real estate and not be yourself when you finally have the opportunity to do it?
The freedom.
Right. The creative outlets that you have, use them. The fact that you don't have to be in an office from 9 to 5. You can go sit in a coffee shop.
Or a boat. If y'all didn't miss our stories yesterday, we were working from the boat.
That's right. That's the best part. We go through so much shit being a real estate agent. The downtimes are just as much as the uptimes. That roller coaster that we talked about last week, you can get off of it if you can just learn to be yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
So I also realized too, because Athena said, like most people don't wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to be a real estate agent when I grow up, sort of thing. So I've been watching American Idol, the auditions, and I told my husband, I was like, you know what? All these people have all these different jobs and stuff that they, do during their, their real job, right? And then they usually moonlight as a singer, if even so they've done that. But I was like, nobody is ever a real estate agent, and come on. So that makes me think of two things. One, real estate agents just love their life so much that they would never want to give it up to work crazy hours.
I don't know. I've seen some real estate agents do karaoke, like at board Christmas parties and stuff. They probably don't have talent.
And then that was my second one, was real estate agents must not be very good singers. Wait, are you talking about me? Because I sing karaoke all the time.
I literally shared a picture yesterday in our group, and it's a picture of Jess and my husband singing karaoke together. Also, when I was trying to find a picture of my husband to share, I had more pictures of you and him together than of me and him together.
That's interesting.
Especially because I only had 3 of you guys together. So kind of wrapping things up a little bit. So we're talking about how to be yourself, or why you should be yourself in real estate, and how that's going to change your business. So let's just talk about real quick how to do that, because there's nothing I hate worse than taking a class or listening to a podcast where they tell you what to do and they don't follow through with how.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Be Nike. But I do have some actual ways. So
boom.
The first one is posting your life, right? And that's hard for a lot of people, because a lot of people want to keep social media and real estate, like their personal life and real estate, separate. I don't think we're in that market anymore. And I don't think that very many people can be successful doing that.
Yeah. And the thing of people creating 2 Facebook profiles is stupid. Don't do it.
It's worse than having a joint Facebook account with your husband.
It
takes
a lot more work, and it's stupid. Nobody wants to see that.
It does. And you don't have to. I mean, there are celebrities that we know they have kids, but we don't know what their faces look like, right? There's ways around it. If you're a personal, private person, that's okay. Stick with that, because that's you. And that's what this is about, is being true to yourself.
There's also ways on Facebook to adjust your privacy of who can see what. And I mean, maybe we'll do a training on that one day, but there are ways.
But put an apple around your kid's face if you don't want them to see your face.
I love that.
Put a heart. Or, what? We're going to try this again this week.
Do it.
The good, the bad, the ugly. People love when you mess up. Not they don't celebrate when you make a big mistake. But my favorite video ever is when I am filming at an open house, and it's just a little snippet of me walking through the house, giving a house tour. and my dress pocket got caught on the handle of the cabinet, and it like ripped me back and I went flying, and it was really funny.
But she didn't miss a beat. She just kept on going.
Just kept going. Everyone loves that stuff. They love it. So just post the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're posting it anyways. Most people are. So just let people see it. That's what they want to see. And again, the 80-20 rule applies here. Don't stop posting real estate stuff. Don't be a secret agent, but don't overwhelm people with market stats and coming soons and newly listed.
And a lot of times too, like if you post all just real estate stuff, some people will think you're just too busy for them.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right. But there's no reason that you can't post a picture of your kid or your dog sitting in front of the new house. Okay, so you're giving a preview that there's this new house. You're at a house, you're at a show, and you're doing something real estate, but you're not saying anything about real estate. The post is about your cute little dog.
But people see that you're real. They see that you're, like you are a mom. You're a wife, you're a supporter, you're a husband, you're, the mommy of a dog or a duck. I mean, whatever it is, they just want to see that you're real and relatable. And then that will make them say like, oh, I know that Athena will go to bat for me because she understands.
Yeah. Yeah. Another way is being present in places that you like. I don't like door knocking.
Oh.
I don't like Walmart. I like Target. I don't like Walmart. So I'm not going to go to Walmart and pretend like I'm happy. But I will go to Target all day long and talk to somebody about the new curtains that they're buying because obviously they want to list their house. But seriously, just be in the places that you like to be. And when you're there, be present. Don't be on your phone scrolling Facebook. There's a time and place for that. I'm the queen of disassociating with stuff. At usually 2:00, my phone comes out. I start scrolling TikTok and I am done for an hour.
We can be sitting at the conference table and I go, oh, I guess Athena's done working now.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of being checked out. I mean, like it's the equivalent of my siesta. I watch TikTok. So there's a time and place to check out. Don't check out when you're in front of people. They see it and they're like, oh, she's on her phone. She's really busy. She's doing this. She's doing that. Just be present. If you're sitting at a bar, strike up a conversation with the person next to you. Very few people go to a bar without wanting to talk to other people.
Absolutely.
This is my favorite. And this is figure out your why of real estate. Figure out why you chose to get into real estate in the first place and live it. Live that reason. That is your mission statement and live it. If you do that, I guarantee you your business will change for the better, not the worse. Focus on your strengths and run with them. If you're really good at new construction, focus on that. Be in new construction neighborhoods. Go to trainings that have to do with new construction homes and building. Maybe you want to further your career and maybe get some sort of Bob the Builder license.
Or build your relationship with the builders because when there's multiple offers, they'll take yours.
That's a much better suggestion. And lastly, this kind of is the same thing, but find classes in education that matter to you. Don't go, if you don't care about a TikTok video, don't go to a TikTok class at your board office.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get lunch and dash, that's okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to do everything.
No, find what you love, because when you find what you love and you put yourself in places that you love, you're going to surround yourself with people who love you and care about you as well.
So basically, be yourself, be truthful with yourself, be honest. And then that way you're going to attract the same people that you actually want to be around. Okay. And it takes so much more stress and pressure and effort to hide the real you, just like we're talking about. We're going to let it go. We're going to be ourselves. We're not going to filter ourselves.
It's exhausting to be someone else.
Exhausting. It's so exhausting. And you know what? We're freaking cool the way we are. So whatever.
I think so. I think we're hilarious.
People they want to see your success. They want to see your bloopers and they want to hear your failures too, but not to be Debbie Downers with you or make fun of you. But when you're down, you're going to come back up and they want to see that success story. They want to see the story from beginning to end. So share it all. The bloopers are always hilarious. It doesn't matter what it is. You can be talking, filming yourself on a selfie on a video and walking, and you run right into a stupid pole. How many times has that happened? Don't say I'm the only one.
Well, I think it was said best by One Direction. You don't know.
No.
You don't know you're beautiful.
You just keep being you. So before we go today, I want to just real quick say, hey, if you're not in the 30-day listing challenge with us, what the heck is wrong with you? Get up in there, check it all out, check in the guide section. We have it all organized pretty for you. You can check out anything that you have missed. Emails for this week will be going out for this week's training. Check us out on Apple iTunes or Anchor or Spotify. And also, you all better get your asses over in the Facebook group and start talking to us. I want to see everybody start posting and telling me all about you, where you're at, what you do, how many dogs, ducks, pigs, horses.
That's the second time you said ducks. Did someone really say that they were a duck mom? Because I need to go find them.
I am. And my ducks, I'm very mad at my ducks right now because they got into my garage because I left the door open. And they got into my garage, and ducks poop every freaking where they go. So the ducks are on my mind because I'm so mad at them. Stupid ducks. So yeah, that's it. Damn those ducks. But yeah,
that was fun.
We'll see everybody next Tuesday. We're so excited. We love you all. Bye, friends.
Sounds good. See ya.